simply because of grit and her resiliency and her determination to somehow make it, to succeed in a European market, to possibly open an office in Croatia. So let's give the determination that Doc Vesta has a big kind of applause. So the next speaker that we have is someone that I really admire, because they are one of the very first leaders that we have in the Philippines. And mind you, it's not in Manila, but all the way to the end of the Philippines in General Santos. And I just admire the way his mind works. Because every time he is faced with problems like underpricing, oversupply, people stealing downlines, his response is, let them be. We have our own. Wow. And that's leadership and confidence in itself. So let's give this leader a big hand of applause. He's actually a businessman. He's not a regular employee. He knows how to run business in Iloilo, in Jensen. He even run his own farm, hands-on. They import massively from different countries to run their business. And even in Riway events, they supply as well. So we would like to hear more about how team works, responsibility, how loyalty is very important. So I really cannot wait. I would like to introduce him to the floor. Let us welcome our Diamond 3-star, Fred Acosta.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm very nervous because Doc Ann is my mentor. So 7 years ago, she was the one teaching us to do OPP. So aside from that, two BDs are here, two very supportive BDs. So thank you, Doc Ann. For 7 years, we haven't uttered even a single word of gratitude to these two couple, Eric and Doc Ann. So maybe this is the time that we personally express our wholehearted gratitude to these both couples. So they deserve the event last night was the Leaders Recognition Night. In 2017, we started Riway. My wife encoded without my knowing. So, the ladies are always right. So, they make decisions and men always follow. So, like Eric,
like Zvonko.
You also?
Like Zvonko.
So, we all, more or less, we have the same culture. No? So, what I'm going to tell you is our story also. We heard about the story from Europe. So, this is from the south of the Philippines. It was during the recognition night in 2017 that I was convinced about this company. Virgin Placenta was nothing to me. I'm also stubborn. So you have to convince me so that I will believe in you. So during the time that I was encoded, I don't care for the product or whatever, even the company. So Eric, as usual, scammed us, promised us to go to Malaysia. No? So we encoded 2, and he promised us to free one free ticket and hotel to Malaysia. So that was my turning point, the recognition night. During the time in Penang, in Spice Arena, I could not forget that. I was attending as about 25,000 people.
Wow.
So I was very shocked because the company will not be as successful as that if it is not a good company, or it's not a better company, or not the best company. So during the time, it was my turning point. After dinner, after the event, Alan Kang invited us for dinner. So I think we were with Aubrey and other leaders. So during around 11 o'clock in the evening, so my back of the mind is always, I feel like moving up and down because I'm eager to go back to the Philippines because I'm going to do it. That was our process. But before that, before the event, the speaker, our general manager, James Chong, the talk was only 2 words or 2 sentences. He said, you have to choose to be hit. And you have to empty the cup. From that time until now, I'm still always reflecting what's the meaning of the terms. And Jackie Lim added, you have to do something, according to him, to change the environment, to change your environment. So that was our process. After the event, Doc Ann and Eric helped us with 3 OPPs. Only 3 OPPs. And then they disappeared.
I am here.
So that was the good part, because they did not help us at all. Because that was the opportunity for us. If nobody would do OPP, we have to do it. If no one would lead our group, we have to lead it. You see, if we do not know about OPP, we have to study OPP. So, looking at the events and the circumstances, it's not always the negative thing that you have to do. Always, every circumstance has positive implications. So that's what we did. No? So we do OPP, I do OPP, and my wife is at the back. Sometimes 50 people. So I do not know how to continue my talk, the presentation. So she has to shout at the back and supplement my presentation.
Add the back.
Yes.
Add the back.
Even the time that we have no support, no, we are alone in Jensen. Nobody supported us, just the 2 of us. So one by one, we carry our product, go to our neighbors, all the acquaintances, the kamag-anaks, the relatives, the neighbors, we offer your gear. So I talked to young ladies before this event. The problem is when you offer, the response is very expensive because it's 170,000. Now, during our time, the price is 125, and the response is still the same. The response is still expensive. So you see the trend from inexpensive 125,000 to 170,000. The reaction is still the same. But we have the responsibility, no? Because they do not know what we are doing, and they do not know what's the effect of our product. So it's our responsibility to tell them. That's why the importance of the event. Sometimes people will not believe us because of too much familiarity. But we have to bring them to the events so that they know what we are doing. No?
Good.
Two of our supplier of our flowers, plants. So they are from Thailand, si Ma'am Annie. At the back. We invited them yesterday and the event and today. So what do we do? Because it's our responsibility that we invited them, we have to check them in the hotel. We have to spend something for them. Yes? So we check them here for 2 nights. So even before the start of our partnership with your team, you have to exercise responsibility. When you have no money, you have to find ways on how to look for expenditure money to help you with your expenses. Yeah? Because responsibility means we have the ability to respond. You see? We are not trained or we are not created to react. Animals react. The lions, the dogs and everything react as their initial response, initial reaction to a stimulus. But people, because we have a unlimited kind of mind, we do not react. We respond logically. You see, even the dogs, even the animals, they exercise responsibility. You see, when they have what do you call this, offsprings, they feel responsible for it. If they have a group, the leader take responsibility to protect the group. And they are animals. But human beings as we are created with a vast formation and creation of the mind that is unlimited. When Thomas Edison invented the incandescent lamp, there was no lamp yet. But in his mind, there was also an existence of the lamp. That's why he created it. Last week, I was laughing at myself. My wife is watching Elon Musk. So Elon Musk's mind is very profound, no? Very vast, very imaginative. So he is concerned about the spaceship and hoping that humanity can reach the stars. And here we are. Here I am talking about 15,000 pesos one encoding. Here we are talking about 1,000, 2,000 pesos to free our clients. And they are thinking about millions and millions and billions of dollars and everything. So, you see the difference? Their mind is the same as what we have. The size of their mind is the same as the size of our minds. Only the usefulness of the mind is being maximized. Einstein used 10% of his mind, but he is genius. We are using 5% of our mind. Where is the 95%? The 9% is being spent for dependence. You see? We are free. To think big as that is free. We do not pay for it. We do not require BIR. We do not require registration or whatever. It is free. I realize maybe because there are some factors. One factor is we forgot that we are human beings. We forgot that we are human beings. That human being as we are, we have the potential. We have the capacity to become what we want to become. If we want to become an animal, then we become an animal. But if we want to become a superhuman, we become a superhuman because we are human beings. We are capable of thinking.
Right.
So if we want only one encoding per month, the universe will give that to us. Will give that to us because that is what we want. But the resources is overflowing. Everything that humanity needs is there. Money, fame, human person, everything is there. The only thing that we can catch that is to change the way we think. So the problem is not about the external factors. The problem is here. How to reset. How to reset. You know the standard for determining if the person is successful or not? You know?
No.
Wala?
No.
So you say in an external phrase, successful people are always smiling. So the face is widening.
Why?
Yeah. Dapat. If the person is not successful, she or he has an elongated face, pababa. So let's have an exercise. You see, if you look at the person at our right or left, he or she is smiling because he or she wants to be successful. Now, that is what I'm saying. We forget that we are a human being. We forget that we are the best among the creation. You see, we always looking up for somebody. I want to be like you. How to be you? You are my idol. What else? That's why we cannot perfect his qualities or her qualities because we are copying. Even if you perfect the qualities of your idol 100%, you will not become number one because he or she is number one, you become only number two. Now, what we can do? We make ourselves our idol. So if we look at our left and the right, we see people smiling because they want to become successful. Now, the problem is, we do not look at ourselves. Who among us who will look at us and tell us if you are successful or not? Nobody. So there is an exercise. You look at the mirror. Yeah. Look at the mirror in the face, in both eyes, and ask that person, because that person will never leave you until you die. People come and go. Your husband, your family, they will come and go. But the person that will last with you for a lifetime is the person that you see in the mirror. So look at that person. Every day, make 1% of progress. 1% of progress every day, whatever aspect it is, health, abundance, whatever, mind or whatever, talent. 1% of it, you do it every day, and in 1 year you have 365% progress for yourself. So imagine how you become after 1 year. You see? So every day you look at the mirror, tell that person, are we successful? Are we doing good? If not, then we'll do it tomorrow. Let's start. Okay? Now that you become aware, that is an exercise. Because sometimes you forget that we are the best. We are the best creature. Now what we can do is to remind us always, the best person never complain. You see, you look at that person and ask him or ask her, did we complain today? Yes. How many complaints? 10. So we have to reduce that tomorrow by 5.
Very good.
Yeah. So progress. Okay? Now, next day, you ask again, did we complain today? No more. So that's where you have to congratulate yourselves because you're making great progress. You see, that's simple exercise. If you're alone, because one way of having a progress is through meditation and reflection. Withdraw. Give time to yourself. Withdraw and think. I'm the best. I'm the best. So I do not complain. Because when I complain to the upline, I will also complain to the downline. Yeah, that's true. Because when we are complaining, we have more things to complain about. But if we show gratitude, we have more things to have gratitude about. So we have to reverse. Instead of complaining, we support. Yeah. If your team needs a car, you are the upline, buy a car. Yeah.
I be downline.
Before we came here, we went to Davao for the training, the office. So we were 8. So we were riding our Ford Everest. So we were 8 of us. So I told Arlene, the car is too small. So I think we need to have a van. Okay. So because we need to bring our downlines in Davao, we have to travel 3 hours, and we have to spend a night before going home to Jensan. So that night we spent around 20,000 pesos for one night for 8 people. We did not ask money from Eric. We did not ask money from Logan. So we did it our own. So even our downlines, they told us next time we have to be in a van. So when we arrive home, we go to Toyota.
Wow.
Go to Toyota.
Sana all decision.
So we leave Jensen Tuesday. The van was there in our house Monday.
Wow! Congratulations!
So I told Arlene, I think you have a choice, either a van or another SUV. She said, we need a van for our team. So we buy a van for our team. Because that is part of our responsibility. Not just part, but it is our main responsibility. Nobody would have to teach us to do that. Because we have to go back to our original meaning of our creation, that we are all human beings, that we are capable, that we have unlimited mind to think, no? Because responsibility means you have the ability to respond to something that is to what is there, to circumstances, whatever it is. So Doc Bisna approached me earlier, you are 3-star. How many years? I said 7.
She said, what she said. And what she said, what she said.
7 years. 7 years. You know why? Before, even Kerwin and JD were visiting us home in Jensen. They were encouraging us. And Arlene wants to become Pegasus. I said no. Yes. Want to fight Pegasus? No. You do it your own. I will not support you. Why? Because the time I see ourselves not ready. Not ready. You see? So because for us, rank is just a recognition. You have to be that rank before you are being recognized. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. If you want to become a Pegasus, you have to be the Pegasus first before you are recognized being a Pegasus.
In mind.
See? So one time, JD and Kerwin went to our house in Jensen. He told Arlene, read the book, The Secret. You know the book?
The
Yeah.
secret.
Yeah. So I read it 6 times. During pandemic and after pandemic. It took me 3 years to absorb. And that was my transformation. Thank you, JD. So, on the process, we are still thinking, not 100% commitment. But for others, they saw us already committed 100%. But in ourselves, it's not yet 100%. So we did a break. We made a break for 1 year. We go to the farm, withdraw, and do all the stuffs in farm without attending or involving ourselves with any activities of Riway. Last month, I told Arlene, read again the book,
Secret.
The Secret. Two months. She was transformed. And I told her, you are ready.
Wow! Sa print to. the Supreme Court.
So,
Igapang yan.
yeah, I told her, you are ready, we are ready. This time, we'll do it.
Fight for Pegasus.
Why? Because this time, we realize that we are the best.
Oh, we are the
You see? So having that realization is not a difficult job. Even my prayer, I do not pray for anything. I do not ask Lord for anything. I just tell Him, thank you. When I lie down, I recall everything that happens every day and I say thank you and I sleep. In the morning, I smile and say thank you and
for the
everything
day.
is alright. Because my principle is, if I add burden to our Creator, asking Him for everything, and a lot of millions and billions of people are asking Him for everything, I will add the burden. So I make His work easier by not asking for anything. And He is happy with what I'm doing. That's why He is giving me more grace. Yeah? That's the secret. So the starting point is, do not be concerned about the others who are there already and there already and down there already. No, do not think about that. Think of your being. How can I improve? How can I become a good person? Because when you become a good person, you become a good downline, and at the same time, you become a good upline. Yeah? So that's the only secret. Focus on ourselves. Improve. Develop competence without focusing on activities. Competence first. Be ready. Be armed. You see? Before exposing yourself to outside world. Because everything that is there, if you are ready, everything is easy. And sometimes we have to become crazy. Because everything is easy if we are crazy. Right? And nothing is easy if we are lazy.
Yes.
So sometimes you have to be crazy. Yeah?
It's better to be crazy.
Craziness means we do not allow others to enslave us. Because our mind, our direction is very clear. So whatever distraction, whatever hindrances, challenges that are there, we don't care. Whether there's a plus or promo or no promo, it doesn't matter. You see? So we don't have to depend. Because we are trained from grade 1 to grade 6 to college to keep our money. You see? When our parents give us baon, do not spend that. We are always at the mercy of others. We let other people spend for us, for our merienda, our lunch. So, up until now, we are enslaved to that culture. But we can break that. There is a joke. A pastor was giving his sermon. So he said, those people who do not want to spend their money will not be attracted to them. Because the money that is in their pocket, they become bored. No? Sabi nila, they will give news to other money. Don't come here because life here is boring. You see? So other money would not come easily because they are afraid to have a life of solitude. So what we do? Spend. According to Ted Tan, if you have remembered before, 90% of our income should have been spent to our investment, to our downlines. So if you have 1 million, you spend 900,000, you still have 100,000. You see? And the business becomes bigger and bigger.
Yes, I agree.
Have a long-term mindset. Do not settle for thousands. Because if you settle for thousands will just come. If you settle for millions will come. Because that's the law of the universe. It continues to flow. Yesterday I was doing shit in the CR. No?
And you wrote a song.
I said, I told Arlene, oh, it's just like this because the universe is continuously evolving. So that is life has to be. So everything in life has to evolve. Like money has to evolve. Like health must to evolve. You see, life has to evolve. Because if you do not go with the evolution of the universe, you will lose. You see? So in life, there is no competition. In life, there is no competition. Otherwise, if you compete, because when we compete, we always consider ourselves that better than the other. I'm better, I'm first or second. So our idea of success is we are better and the other one is a loser. So that's a sickness. That's not success because your way of seeing things as being successful is the failure of somebody else. You see? So we have issues like underpricing and plus, everything. So what we can do, that is our responsibility. No? We let other people know that we are not like that. You see? So our purpose, no? Our purpose now with our team, we talk with Arlene, we have to work hard and joyfully to have an office built in Jensen. And we will work for that. Kerwin and Jenny were already discouraged with us because how many times did they visit us and we always have a alibi because we are not yet ready to commit. Yeah, we are not ready to commit. But now, so I told her we have to start January of this year. Now, people are calling in, no? Acquaintances 4 years ago calling in. We want to buy and want to be registered. So I told her, so we start. We start. So we don't have to, we have to always be aware that nobody would push us. We have to, like the boss said, when you're always pointing at somebody, 3 fingers are pointing back at you. See? If you blame somebody, you have to consider the 3 fingers that is pointing back at you. Otherwise, you can do like this, with pointing. 3 for you and 1 for me. Yeah. You see? So the secret is we have to be hard. You see, in our NDO, when you want to help, you have to be hard. Not hard for others, but hard for ourselves.
Right.
We have to be hard on ourselves and we be considerate of others. We have to be hard on ourselves and considerate our upline. We have to be hard on ourselves and considerate with our downlines. If anybody, if all of us are doing that, we could not have surpassed everything that is lacking us. You see? Because when we complain and we get angry and every day, it's like just we are drinking poison and hoping somebody to die. But it cannot be because we are the one drinking the poison. So we must die before that somebody. You see? If I get angry with Eric, I drink one-fourth glass of poison. I get angry to my wife, another poison. Angry to somebody. So I drink a lot of poison and then I hope that you will die all. So no, I will die first because I'm the one drinking the poison. So, I think I'm over the limit.
Yes,
So,
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
See you at the top.